Do you own a home here in Orange County? And are you thinking about making a move? Here's the number one question that's on everybody's mind. When is the best time to sell? In this video, we're breaking down the top indicators that signal when is the best time to sell your home. The information that we share in this video could save you time, money, stress, and even help you get the most money for your home. Hey guys, Lucas Smith here, your favorite Orange County real estate insight resource. I'm a friend, I'm a neighbor, and I live right here in Orange County, just like you do. I know that one of the top questions I get from people who are thinking about making a move is, Lucas, when is the best time to sell? I compare it to catching a wave, right? If you're out surfing or boogie boarding, you know that perfect time where you catch that wave just before it starts building momentum. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to share some insider tips and tricks for you to help you know when to time the market and when is the best time to put your home on. So you guys, we all know that we've been in a seller's market for a long time. And what does that mean? That means the demand for homes generally outpaces the supply. We've heard that, right? But what does that look like? What do some real numbers and facts and figures look like? So last year at this time, our average days on market was about 32 days on market. That means if you listed a home in about a month and a week, you'd have it sold. So it's gone from 32 to 36. So our average days on market is up by about 4 days. Not a huge impact, not a huge change, but still a little bit of a trend towards just a little bit slower market getting started into this year. However, if we look at the average days on market month over month, February and March, the average days on market has actually gone down. So even though year over year it's gone up a little bit, we're seeing it trend down month over month going into this year. So that means that our market's increasing and the pace of things are picking up for us. Overall, in California, home prices went up about 5.5%. But here in Orange County, they went up 9.1%, almost double the average. And the average home price here in Orange County is sitting right at about $1.2 million. So what we're seeing in the trend is the number of days on market month over month is going down. The number of sales year over year is going up. You and I as homeowners, we've built a significant amount of equity. In fact, over 80% of homeowners here in Orange County have over 50% equity in our homes, and that keeps going up. So if you're looking to cash out, take that big chunk of change and go somewhere else, this might be a good time for you. Something you might want to do, and I'm sure you're doing if you're thinking about selling, is go on one of those real estate websites. Look at trending sales in your neighborhood. Don't just take my word for it. See what those guys are saying. Because even though I know that their data is not technically accurate, it's a good overview. It gives you a good idea of what's going on. So average interest rates today are at about 6.79%, which is a slight increase from last week. But again, it's very slight. They've been hovering right around this 6.7 to 6.85% for months and months and months. All the talking heads are saying we're not expecting to see huge interest rate decreases this year. And, I tend to agree with them, you guys. I don't think it's going to be big interest rate decreases that drive the market up. I think what's going to drive the market up is going to increase consumer confidence, increase seller confidence. We're going to have people who are more confident in our economy and what's going on in our country. And I think that's going to drive the market up. What we've seen since 2021, we all know we've seen it, right? Where interest rates were at historic lows down in the 2s and 3s, is they've gone back up now in 2025 to what a good average interest rate is. Are people going to buy at an average interest rate? Absolutely. I meet people all the time who tell me, hey, I bought my first home back in the 80s with a 14, a 16, or an 18% interest rate. People are still going to buy. Do higher interest rates impact affordability? Absolutely. Of course they do. But again, those who can afford it are still going to buy. So you might be asking, how do interest rates being at an average create a window of opportunity for me, Lucas? I think that interest rates being what they're being, as consumer confidence rises and we see more buyer activity, it's going to be an opportunity for you. Because look, the savvy buyer knows that home prices are only going to continue to rise. And I think there's probably some concern about interest rates rising as well. So I think we're going to see the savvy buyer out there buying and getting while the getting is good, and this could be part of an opportunity for you. So let me ask you, are you having a change in personal circumstances? Is there a reason you're thinking about selling? Are you outgrowing your current family home? Maybe you guys bought a little starter condo, 1 or 2 bedroom to start, and now you keep having kids. And I know you figured out how that happens, but heck, it's fun. So now you need a bigger home. So now you're going to sell the condo or townhouse and you're ready to buy a bigger home. Maybe you're older, and we know people who are older and they're selling the bigger home that they bought when the kids were little and they needed more room or they needed to be in that school district, and maybe selling and buying something smaller, a little more manageable, something that's a little less maintenance for them. Maybe you're thinking of selling because your job is moving. We're seeing massive amounts of companies moving out of California because California has just become less and less friendly for businesses. So we're seeing huge businesses move out of California. We've also seen a lot of financial shifts that are making selling now a good option for you. Home prices rising, like I said, it's going to lead to increased equity and more money in your pocket when you do decide to sell. So you could wait for it to keep going up, or you could decide to cash out now. While we've seen inventories increase slightly, it's still a seller's market. We're still not outpacing the market because let's face it, new home builders are only building about 80,000 units a year. And the demand, if they were actually going to build to demand, they would have to build about 4 times that many. So we're never going to see them catch up to building enough units to keep up with demand. This creates an opportunity for you as a home reseller to get top dollar for your home. And if you sell your Orange County home now and you're thinking about downsizing or moving to a smaller property, look, you can take a huge chunk of that equity, move it forward into your new home, move your taxes as well, and have a low to no payment on your new home, right? There's some great things going on here in Orange County that could be a big advantage to you as a seller and attract more people into your area. There's some great redevelopment going on down by the Honda Center with the OC Vibe project, right? Which is bringing a lot of businesses and shops and parking, and they're talking about some live work units, right? So that's bringing that all of that business and all of those potential jobs here to the area. Also, the city of Anaheim is committed to developing the Platinum Triangle area. All of that area down around Angel Stadium, close to Disneyland, they're committed to really putting a lot of development money and focusing on growth in that area. So they're giving developers incentives to build new homes. They're giving developers incentives to build new projects like the OC Vibe project. There's a lot of commitment on the city level in growth in that area, which if you own a home in that area, it could mean a higher sales price for you. Our school districts here in Orange County are second to none. We have some of the best rated schools and the best school districts in the country. If you want to send your kids to a good school, you might want to consider moving to Orange County. Now, how's this work for you as a seller? Well, if you live in one of those school districts, like I do, I live in a highly desirable school district. It brings more traction and more buyers to my home because they want their kids to go to that school. As a parent, I know we make a lot of the decisions we made around where we're going to live and what we're going to do based on how it impacts our children and what's best for our kids. Hey, so let's say you're thinking about selling, but you're like, Lucas, should I stay or should I go now? Right? You could wait, and then the market could be flooded with people listing their homes, and you could have more competition for selling your home. That'll get you fewer buyers and a lower end sales price. Also, like I mentioned, there's a lot of ongoing construction, and new home builds that's going to create opportunities for buyers that will detract those buyers from buying your home. So, what could the cost of waiting be? They might decide to go buy a new build instead. And further, while we've seen home prices rise dramatically in the last couple of years, this could slow down. It could stabilize. It could even go down a little bit. Delaying selling your home now could lead to more competition, more people deciding to list their homes. Again, it's like timing a wave. I see sellers do this time and time again. They wait until the first couple weeks of summer vacation to list their home for sale. Everybody's waiting until then. And not only are you missing the peak momentum of that wave, but you're also hitting the market when everybody else is. Use a local professional, somebody who knows the market here in the area. I want you to talk to somebody who knows the area and knows what they're talking about. Don't talk to your friend from San Diego who's a real estate agent in San Diego. You want a local professional who knows the local market, knows the local schools, and knows the local areas and can find you what you want. Which of these tips has really resonated with you? I'd love to hear about your experiences and answer any questions you might have about buying or selling here in Orange County. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share, And for more great information, watch the next video.